Hey everybody, welcome back to the West Fourth and Long podcast. We took last week off, as some of you may have noticed. We appreciate you sticking back with us here. I'm Eric Koch, Ryan Cook, Jason Bruckman, Patrick Guycold. Ready to get caught up on the world of sports. How's everybody's Thanksgiving?
Let's get caught up.
Great. Wow, that was quick. Succinct. Great. Yeah, everybody else
is disappointed we weren't here last week to talk about turkey food.
Turkey food!
Turkey
You're
food.
supposed to talk about turkey food.
Let's talk about it now.
With your turkey food.
Lead off with it then.
Ham.
Let's go.
I'm a ham guy.
Well, then you can't call it turkey food.
I'm a ham guy.
No, you can't. Okay, Ryan, you brought up something earlier, and
Is-
maybe people will chime in with their opinions on this.
Do you consider mac and cheese a Thanksgiving food
Yeah.
or side?
Yeah, absolutely. That, mashed potatoes, corn, stuffing, cranberry.
Okay.
Those are all things you can have on Thanksgiving, but what are like the staples, the go-tos that you have to have?
Mashed potatoes. Some sort of
Yeah.
potato. Well, we won't
Sweet
necessarily
potatoes.
say, sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Hey, let me stop you there. Why does everything have to be in casserole form? Have you
Because
noticed
we're
that?
in the Midwest.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, we're in the Midwest. It just has to be that way.
Why?
Because we're in the Midwest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't. Yeah,
not
I don't
listening.
know. At our table, we just had regular green beans. My
Yeah.
brother said, just skip the casserole and just make the
Are
green
you
beans.
fresh green beans or canned green beans?
Yeah, I mean, I like them fresh if I'm just eating them by themselves.
But if you put something in a casserole, isn't that admitting defeat to the item itself? Like it's not good enough as a standalone. It has to be in casserole form, which
There's
means
not
that
a
you're.
corn casserole.
Yeah,
Oh,
corn
there is.
casserole. Oh,
There
yeah.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
I've had it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
Oh,
We
yeah,
had
there's
some.
corn. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
It's delicious.
no,
That's
Ew.
fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
That's
Seems-
like
yeah.
a food you don't mix, corn.
Yeah.
Seems runny.
Except in a casserole.
Yeah. I do think that mac and cheese is not a Thanksgiving dish. Like I don't think it's fair. Like
It's any time of year. You
Like
can have
stuffing.
it at like 4th of July.
4th of
too.
July. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
year round. I think it's rude that mac and cheese impedes upon the
You can't
Thanksgiving
have corn any time
dishes.
of the year. You
By
have
the
green
way,
beans any
you
time of
can.
the year.
You can have
But
stuffing
not
any time of the year.
casserole.
You
Why
can.
don't we?
I don't know.
I don't either. I thought of this on Thanksgiving. I had a lot of stuffing.
Okay.
Right? Felt miserable for the Bengals game that we're about to talk a little bit about.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, why is this something we're only having once a year?
It is very, very good.
You don't have to
agree.
stuff the bird with to make stuffing.
Right.
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 Yeah, you can
Stovetop.
just fix it up by itself.
I will say this. I'm not a big turkey guy, but I had smoked turkey. My brother-in-law smoked the turkey, and it was really good.
Do you have stuffing?
Nice.
No, I don't like stuffing.
So
But
weird.
no, it's not that I don't like stuffing. They put onions in it, and onions and me do not match.
Okay. Well,
I like
without onions,
but they don't.
would you eat stuffing without onions?
I would.
You would. Okay.
Yeah, but with onions, like
Well,
I've got to
I feel
commit.
like that's one of
I have to
the.
understand. Like if I eat onion rings, I'm committing
What, to the
Okay.
toilet
to be
afterwards?
miserable afterwards.
All right.
I'm sure your guests appreciate that too.
Yeah.
We had stuffing with or without onions, so
Oh, okay. There you
it's,
go.
it can be done.
Oh,
right.
can
Yes.
be done.
Hey, after we all fell asleep
Anyway.
and then came back to life on Thanksgiving, we watched Joe Burrow come back, metal plate and his shoe and all.
Sorry, I
and
didn't.
Bengals won.
Let's just get that out of the way. I did not. I watched Stranger Things.
Dumb. I'm sorry. You can watch. You can stream it anytime you want.
Yeah. What the heck?
Well, the rest of us watched Joe Burrow, and he's back, and he looked good, and the Bengals defense looked kind of good, and Lamar Jackson looked really bad.
Is he still hurt?
I don't care.
Well, no.
Yeah.
You want him to be
don't know.
healthy. You want him to win this week, right?
I don't know. Does it really matter? I think I saw something today. If the Bengals win their last 5 games, they have a 90% chance of winning the division.
Okay.
The
on
other
all the
two
outcomes.
have to split though.
Okay. They do
Yeah.
have to split.
They have to split.
Do they?
They don't
That's
have
what I
to
saw.
split, but they have
Well,
to lose every other
lose
game.
a certain amount of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was
And
nice.
it's doable.
It was nice to be able to enjoy Thanksgiving and to watch the Bengals on Thanksgiving, which we don't get to do as often as the Cowboys or the Lions. That was fun. Just to see them, it's still a long shot,
Maybe
right?
they just need to play all their games in prime time. That's when they show up.
How weird is that, by the
Yeah,
way?
it's like the opposite of the Andy Dalton days.
Or the Marvin Lewis days. Give Zach
Well,
Taylor credit. He wins his games in prime time. Oh, you're not giving him credit. Why not? Oh, that's right. You want him fired.
Yeah. Well, 5 turnovers, 12 points. That really gets me going.
Actually, they scored 32 after all 5 of those turnovers.
Well, they had
Yeah.
12 points off of 5 turnovers.
They scored 32 points.
Yeah.
They limited them.
12 points off of 5 turnovers.
God, dude, talk about look,
Wow.
The glass isn't
Nitpicking.
just half empty. It's like a very little bit, like a backwash
Yeah,
left in
it's,
it for you.
It's all empty. The Cowboys and Chiefs was a good game, though.
That was a good game.
Jason wants to stop talking about the Bengals
No,
as soon
no,
as
I'm
possible.
just like all the games were actually pretty good on
The
Thanksgiving.
Bengals one was the outlier, right? Isn't that great?
Yeah.
That kind of is, though. The other two were great. They were barn burners. The Lions, America's sweetheart last year, are kind of in a little bit of trouble. The Cowboys are playing. They have some life. The Chiefs are on life support, but then, again, nobody in the AFC is that good, so they're still alive.
Yeah.
Not for a division, but, you could see them sneaking in the playoffs. So you got a big game against the Bills with the Bengals this weekend, which is not a place that they do poorly typically. So, I don't know. I think it gets real, right? Would you guys agree it gets real if they win?
Yeah.
It doesn't,
yeah.
hey, whatever, you just punt on the season like we've been trying to do for a month or so. But if they win, there's a path. That's fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a path. Yeah, there's a path right now. They
Yeah.
just went out, and their chances are really good, which is really weird because we saw that guy post on X last week his predictions for the rest of the season, which had the Cowboys and the Bengals facing off in the Super Bowl. And it might happen. It's
right.
looking like it's a little bit likely now.
This guy on X, we don't even know his name unless you remember. it,
Michael
but-
Parsons.
There you go, Michael.
Not Micah Parsons.
No, that'd be more interesting. No, this guy had the Broncos losing every game too.
Yeah.
This is what X is, though. This is what we are. I mean.
Well, I think he was. Yeah, I think he was just. I'm going to make the most outlandish prediction possible, and then if I'm right about any of it, then I can brag about it.
Hey, it's good to hear some responses on X in our live chat here. Hey, Casey, good to talk to you, bud.
Hey.
I agree, stuffing is amazing, but I want to have a bigger Stranger Things conversation at the end of this because, well, you'll see. So stay tuned for that. I don't want to spend too much time up front. So big news with the Bengals winning the game. Hooray, we're still alive.
Yeah.
Crosstown Shootout Week. So this is, I believe, the 92nd annual, not annual, I think they've had a couple years off, but UC's 52-40, I believe, all time.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, is
Got some
right.
ground to make up.
Yeah, you do, Xavier
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
One-off Xavier fan. Rando Xavier.
Somebody's got to, and this store's got to
It's a
be.
handsome sweater you're wearing.
Yeah, thanks. I feel handsome. in it.
Outside
Thank you.
of just, I mean, we can go back over the history of this. It's fascinating to me, some of the big games, some of the letdowns if you're on either side, the brawls, the punches that weren't seen, blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah.
Ryan, I defer to you because I don't have a clue like what to think of either team at this point, unless I'm just thinking negative because they have not looked good.
Which one are you talking about here?
Both.
Both,
Yeah,
right?
they
Yeah,
are
it's
nasty.
which team is worse this year?
Okay.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
you see that. When was the last time you see one at Xavier? Can
Was
you
that an
guess?
early trivia?
This is an early trivia. Can you guess the year? The last time UC beat Xavier at Xavier?
2001.
Bingo.
Did I get it right?
You got it right.
Wow.
Very good.
I
Yes.
was there.
Yes. Were you there?
I was there. I was in college. I flew back from winter break. I went to that game. Somebody at the Cintas Center, I think it just opened, hit a half-court shot. And how about and won money? I forget how much at the time.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't in the game. This is just.
No, just some
guy or
rando
gal
guy, and he
contest.
hugged Dick Vitale, who was calling the game. So think
Oh,
about
yeah.
how things have changed, though. I'm glad you brought that up. 2001, Dickie V was calling the game. 2025, what is it on? The CW or ESPN Plus or what?
Yeah.
So does it diminish it? I'll ask all three of you, and Ryan, I'll let you start. Does it diminish the value of the game that neither team is that good right now, or is it still the crosstown
No,
shootout?
it's still a
Doesn't matter.
crosstown shootout. It'll still be a good game to watch. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think yeah, it's fun. I think whoever makes the most threes is going to win, but we'll see.
Might not be good for UC though.
I would have to disagree. I think this is the biggest, like the flattest game. Like I think both fan bases are just kind of fed up with this season already to this point. Like, did you see the crowd at the Xavier game, their last game?
Yeah.
It might have had 10 more people than UC's.
Which is not
last
saying
game.
a lot. Richard Pitino's new kid on the block. So I think Xavier fan, he has more of a leash than Wes Miller.
Oh,
Fair
absolutely.
to say.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
But
still getting used to the new system. Probably still working on getting some of his own guys in there. It'll take a few years.
I'll tell you what, if you look at, SeatGeek, StubHub before the season trying to find a UC ticket like we always do, we want to go,
Yep.
you can't get them. I haven't looked this week. I bet you can get them now. That
haven't.
crowd on Monday.
Tickets to the Monday night or the Monday game started at $2. People,
Against who?
this fan base is fed up. The UC one is fed up, and the Xavier one, I just don't think there's much excitement with them yet.
Right.
Which, due
Right.
to the new coach, they're not really that good right now. They're just, this is like, I hate Xavier. And I just
No
don't,
kidding.
I don't care about this game.
You don't care at all.
I don't care about this
There's
game.
no
If
buzz.
Xavier wins, I don't care. If UC wins, I don't care. I just
Jason's
don't care
checked
about
out.
this
What are you
game.
going to do all winter long?
Huh?
Well, not fun. If you're not watching
Anything.
Coach youth
UC
baseball.
You know, Stranger Things only has like 3 more
during the
episodes.
winter?
Can you name any of the guys from the 2001 game?
Can I?
Ooh.
Yes,
Can you remember? Steve? Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Xavier guy.
No.
Can you name any of the Xavier guys? Can you?
I went to watch you.
2001. Yeah. Who was the coach?
2001, was it Thad Mata?
Very good.
All right.
It was Huggins, Thad Mata.
Was Fry still on the team then?
Who?
I can't remember his first name. It's some guy named Fry, F-R-E-Y.
Kevin.
Kevin Fry.
All right.
Very
so,
good.
yeah,
Okay.
I got
How about
half the
that?
name right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I kind of remember that. I don't know if our coach he's probably just blowing smoke up our rear ends, but he was
Thanks
talking
for keeping
about,
it PG.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, so I was playing college basketball at the time as well.
Humble brag.
Yeah, at the Division III level. So in other
You
words,
didn't
I
have to
was
say that.
no, this is part of the story. Yeah, so in other words, I was paying tuition. I was paying to play college basketball, not like some of these other guys that get paid now. But our coach was saying that he was trying to organize an exhibition between us and Xavier for a preseason and at some point. So I just remembered I had to keep my eye on Kevin Fry because that might have been my assignment.
Yeah.
He probably would have embarrassed me anyway, but that's how I remember him.
We're looking at this roster from the 2001 game, Ryan. Thank you
Yep.
so much for printing this off. This
Yep.
is great. Got names like B.J. Grove, Jason Maxiel, Leonard Stokes.
know.
I mentioned to you David West.
Max Seal was a freshman, though, right?
I believe he was.
John Meeker. Yes.
Okay,
Walk
thank you.
on,
Oh,
Maker.
the
That's who I
human
was-
cigar, victory cigar.
That's
yeah.
who I was going to bring up. Has there ever
We
been
have
a
a
more
phone call. Do
famous,
we
more
wanna answer it?
beloved
No.
Okay.
walk-on than John
No.
Baker?
No.
Yeah. Guy needs a statue.
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
next to the big O's.
Yep. Yep.
So let me ask you this. You know, this is technically the closest rivalry in college basketball, 3 miles separate them, right? Everybody always brings that up when they do
Yes.
the game. If you're from out of town, though, you don't know a lot about this. I mean, you guys know some of the other popular rivalries. Do you put this up there with the North Carolina, the Dukes, the UCLA?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is. It's on par with that.
Yeah.
Not on the national stage, but yeah, local. Yeah, it's
I know
definitely one of the
locally we
big
go
ones.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I just mean,
This is
how
a-
do you sell it to
This is
people
a
in
top
other
10
markets?
rivalry in basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. And whether the, talking heads want to talk about it, this is a top 10 college basketball rivalry, period.
You know, I do wonder who that was. I love when our phone rings. I feel like we're doing a telethon.
Yeah.
Like, we should just do that. Like, if you want to call in, we're taking
yeah.
pledges all night while we're here. Yeah, it's one of those top 10 rivalries, even if they're not good, which,
I mean, how often do you see Duke, North Carolina brawl on the court?
Right.
Not often. And like,
Pretty gentlemanly
that's
about it,
like,
aren't they?
This is
Is that how you measure the depth of a rivalry?
not necessarily,
The
but like
level
it
of
adds a little
fisticuffs.
spunk to it.
There's a lot of spunk to it. Yeah.
So-
Nope, I'm with you. I'll watch.
Should we answer the phone?
Yeah, let's see
let's
who
do
it
it.
is.
Yeah, let's see who this is.
Cook Sporting Goods.
Should have answered in Spanish.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who this is. We're going to let you know. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
sorry,
going
we're
here.
closed. We're just recording our podcast right now.
Oh, this is great. He's telling the customer we're recording their podcast. This is great.
We close at 6 o'clock.
But anyways,
This is
Anyway, so I'm going to let him
Yeah,
go.
I'm happy to check on your order tomorrow morning,
That's fantastic. Sorry, I'm letting this play out.
9:30.
Yep, 9:30. This is great.
Say hello for the podcast. Are you a
Hello,
Xavier
YouTube.
person or a UC person?
Let's see. We have silence if you're actually downloading this just
Okay.
audio, so I'm trying
Yeah,
to fill it in.
well, we're happy to check on that for you tomorrow. But like I said, we're recording
Anyway,
something
so I
right
want
now.
to talk
Thank
about
you. Bye.
something different besides.
Okay, that's a new tradition.
Is
now.
she a Xavier? or
She's a
UC
UC
fan?
person.
Okay,
She wanted to
good.
order a UC piece that's showing it's not available online. So
Got it.
we're working on updating that. So
by the way-
order your stuff. Cooksports.com.
Yeah,
And-
we're getting a lot of
Yeah.
like all this UC stuff. I mean, I'm wearing a piece that's been popular. We got them behind us here if you're watching on YouTube. This stuff, it sells out. It comes back in. I think, Ryan, we got a red version of the Leaping Tiger.
It's in
piece
the
coming
works.
in,
It's in the.
So
Wait.
can I pivot?
Red version of the Leaping
No,
Tiger?
not the
Or
Leaping
Tiger.
Tiger.
The dunking bear
The
cat.
Dunking Bear Cat.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
Ryan opened his drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna need a drink for this. Can I pivot to how hot is Wes Miller's seat right now? You went to the game. I went to the game. They
Yes.
lost to Eastern
Michigan.
Eastern Northern State something.
Yes.
How hot is his seat?
It is.
What's he got to do to keep it?
You can't lose to athletes in action. You cannot. That actually. Throw it back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Right.
even Eastern Michigan can beat athletes in action. But
Yeah, they
if they're
will.
still
So
playing-
I don't know.
But
I sure hope that he's running out of time.
So what you just said, we keep selling out of this and we keep bringing it back in. That's how rabid this fan base is.
I said it to Ryan earlier. I said, can you imagine if they were good?
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Like we're in year 5. Like
Yep.
like you
Oh,
have
good.
to make the tournament. I think it's tournament or bust.
Patrick, at this point, I think I just hang up the phone and just hang it up. Like,
yeah,
pick
that's
it up
what I
and
did
just
earlier, and then
leave it.
somebody
Leave it
called back.
Hang
Yeah,
up
I
and
would
then
just
leave
do
it off the
that.
hook.
That or it's.
If this doesn't prove that we're not in a studio right now and that we are at work, I don't know what does.
No, but there's
yes.
other lines.
No, if this is an untapped, it's a sleeping giant. People
well-
talk about sleeping giants all the time in college sports. Like
Yes.
somebody who's been historically good and just hasn't been for a while. And I think UC is that. You know, if they can find, I hate to say it, and I've told you this from the jump, never been a Wes Miller fan here. I just don't think it's a fit. But if they can find the right fit, and if it's him, then great, then I'm wrong. But to find the right guy to bring him back to where what we're talking about, the 2001.
Yeah.
Before that, when you had number 1 UC getting upset at the buzzer by Xavier in '96. I know that's a tough memory, but that was like the peak of the rivalry. That's when both teams were good. That's when UC was really good.
Yeah.
And that's when you had these exciting back and forths.
It was like UC basketball back then was like Miami football.
It was
they
cool.
played with some attitude.
Yeah.
And Miami used to play with some attitude, and that's kind of like,
Why you got to bring up old stuff?
huh? Because you're going to talk about it later. But like these programs need that. That's what they were built on. They need to get back to those roots.
Yeah. It's early in college basketball, but at least we got something to look forward to this Friday. It is not early in college football. It's getting very late, in fact. And momentarily, if not right now, the college football playoff is meeting, and they're going to decide who is their top 12. Before we get to the CFP, let's just go ahead and say it. College football is bananas right now. It's ridiculous. It's hard to keep up with. We'll start with the Lane Kiffin thing. You know, I mean, if you couldn't see this coming from a mile away, that, oh, he's so committed to Oxford and Ole Miss, but wait a minute.
Brian Kelly 2.0.
He's leaving? Like he left Tennessee? Like he left USC? Like he's left. He's
He
done
left
this
the Raiders after 1 year.
Right.
Yeah.
This is his MO. He's no different. So we shouldn't have been surprised. If you were, shame on you. Goes to LSU. That was a fun scene. You see the Oxford Airport video where everybody's flicking him off as he's getting on the private jet.
One coach followed him. He threatened all the coaches, and one followed him. What's that tell you about the guy?
Right, and that's just it. The ultimatum he gave. Like basically, if you want a job, it's now or never. Get on this plane. Very Jerry Maguire. Who's coming with me? You know, and I think that didn't play well. I don't think the fact that tarmac interview with ESPN and Marty Smith, where he's like, I think America wanted me to coach the team I wanted to coach, but the AD just wouldn't let me. Of course he wouldn't let you.
No.
The analogy I brought up to Patrick earlier today, and I'll say it again. Somebody already said this, but it's like if you're in a relationship, you're married. All of a sudden your spouse is like, you know what, I'm not feeling it, let's get a divorce. And that's somebody down the street. Your wife doesn't like that person down the street, by the way. They
sold
hate
us
each
on
other.
X.
I sure did. I gave somebody credit, the person, I don't remember who said it.
Yeah, I think you said Scott
Oh
Van
yeah, it might
Pelt.
have been Scott Van Pelt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Basically, you're getting a divorce. You see somebody down the street you like better. Your wife hates her, but you're going to go with her anyway. And you say, okay, we're going to get a divorce, but I'm going to stay here through the holidays. You don't do that.
For the kids.
You can't do it. And it stinks that the timing of college football is this way, where you have to leave. He had to leave. If he was going to leave, he had to do it. And we've talked about that with Brian Kelly before, going back to when he left for Notre Dame, and even when he left Notre Dame for LSU. There's no perfect time to do it. You can't.
Well, and that's what needs to change in college football. Nothing should happen until after the national championship game.
Correct.
Nothing should be allowed to happen. But on the flip side, I don't want to play Ole Miss in the playoffs because they retained most of their coaching staff, so everything's still there. And they're going to be playing pissed off.
They will, but when you get in the playoff, everybody's playing either loose or pissed off or whatever you want them to be playing.
I'm just
right?
saying, it's just, I feel like this is going to be one of those kind of Cinderella stories where they go on a run and win it, and they flick off Lane Kiffin at the trophy ceremony, and they all attack him, which would be hilarious. And then Lane Kiffin never wins
Okay.
championship at LSU, and then
So the most ridiculous part of all of this, and you may have seen this, $13 million a year, right? 91 total before incentives.
what's the buyout?
Well, I think it's actually pretty low, but compared, relatively speaking. No, the best part about the contract, though, if Ole Miss wins a national championship, LSU is going to pay Lane Kiffin the bonus he would have gotten from Ole Miss. So if his old team wins it all, Lane Kiffin gets $1 million.
So what?
No, and honestly, if he's getting $13 million, it's a drop in the bucket. It's just the absurdity of something like that in contract language. Mm-hmm. You know, the absurdity of, in one breath, saying, you know what, it's not about the money. But then thanking the governor of Louisiana in your presser and saying that this is bringing a national championship back to Baton Rouge is the most important thing going on in that state right now. Are you kidding me?
Oh, goodness.
He said this.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about with college football. It got too big. Somewhere along the line, it got too big. And I feel like I'm the old man yelling, and I am. Because this is ridiculous how much is involved in this, how much money there is, how it doesn't matter. I mean, LSU just spent $100 million on two coaches, one to fire one and to bring in another. So it's absurd, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's getting that way. Well, I mean, they wouldn't be spending it if they didn't know that would bring in more money. Honestly, it gets them more donors, better sponsors for their athletics. So, yeah, it's absurd, but it's a business. They know if the football team's doing well, enrollment's going to go up, or applications are going to go up. They're not dumb. They're not just throwing money away. It sure sounds like it, but they're investing.
You're not going to want to hear this, but my prediction is Sorsby goes to LSU.
Interesting.
How many years? Does he have 1 year left?
Yep.
1 year left. I feel like Lane's going to go for somebody with, well, no, it is a 1 year rental quarterback business anymore, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That's who they all get.
He's established. Mm-hmm. I don't know. My gut's telling me he's going to go to LSU.
When's the transfer portal?
He's either going to stay or he's at LSU.
He's going to have a lot of money to spend down there. We know that.
What, 22, 25 million?
My goodness.
You saw what Texas Tech did.
Yeah. Speaking of Texas Tech, CFP rankings, they're number 5 going into tonight's unveil, right? I'm sure they'll probably go up one.
They'll probably go to 3, right? Behind Georgia.
I bet Georgia goes to 3, and then they'll go to 4.
Okay.
Wow.
Regardless, there's some things I think you know that are going to happen, but then there's some you don't. One thing I think I know, and you can agree or disagree, is that Notre Dame is going to stay in the top 10.
And they shouldn't be.
Please, somebody explain to me this. And then their curriculum. I mean, look at this. So Georgia is ahead of Ole Miss. Who they beat? Georgia beat Ole Miss. They have the same record. Makes sense, right? You have the same record. You beat the team. You should be ahead of them.
Yep.
Oklahoma right now is ahead of Alabama. They beat Alabama. They have the same record.
Okay.
All right, fine.
Yep.
Seems to make sense. Notre Dame is 9. Miami is 12. Same record. Miami beat Notre Dame.
And one plays in a conference.
Right.
And
then,
one plays off their name.
So let me explain why I'm a little upset with the Notre Dame establishment.
The Notre Dame, the name earns them 5 points in the poll. Five
at
positions
least maybe
every
because
year. It does.
Their strongest argument right now is Notre Dame has better losses. What world are we living in where better losses mean more than what you've done? They played 2 top 10 teams and lost them both. Okay? Their best win is against USC. That's it. And then bottom feeder ACC teams. We've got to the point where they're trying to compare, well, we beat Syracuse by more. You know, not to mention they were playing the third-string lacrosse quarterback or something. I don't know. But that's the only team so they're 3 spots ahead, and I don't think the committee is going to change that. Notre Dame is going to be in with that sort of record.
Yep. They put butts in seats.
Yep.
BYU.
People.
Hey, listen.
Television's
I'm not trying to be a
on,
homer here,
on
but
and butts
I think
and seats.
Miami draws some eyeballs as well. Now, that's one situation I'm not happy with. What if you're BYU? You have 1 loss, and you're behind Notre Dame, you're behind Alabama, you're behind Oklahoma. Is it fair to say that this SEC, it just means more business, is ruining college football? Because I'm here to tell you, the playing field is even. We're talking about Brendan Sorsby going to LSU, and if he does, they're going to look at. I mean, all these teams are good. We all have money now, right? All these schools have money. Vanderbilt's good now. Indiana's good now. By the way, one place too in Indianapolis this weekend, and nobody's talking about it. It's just so strange.
So it goes. I think it goes way deeper than what you're saying, and that's ESPN. And I'll go down that rabbit hole because I believe it's true that they control a lot of what's going on in college football because they show the SEC.
Mm-hmm. They have something called the FPI, that the college football playoff rates highly in their rankings of what they look at to grade teams. You know who made up the FPI? It's arbitrary. ESPN made it up. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm here to tell you that Notre Dame is probably higher than most.
And I'm sure this thing right here, higher up at ESPN, hey, go ahead and let's leave a couple of these teams out because they're not going to draw what we believe.
Let me just tell you this: Vandy's getting a lot of pub. Good for them. Great season. Diego's fun to watch, but he'll be in New York. Might win the Heisman. They're talking about how they should jump ahead because they're a 2-loss SEC team of all these other teams. Their biggest win of the year is at Tennessee over the weekend, right? They beat them by, I think, 2 scores or so. Tennessee, by the way, who keeps popping up in these top 25 rankings, they haven't beat a single SEC team this year with a winning record. Not one.
Well, there you go.
Isn't that amazing? Wait, the SEC has teams that have losing records, but I thought they were all good. It just means more. Texas should be in. You heard Steve Sarkisian say, I don't care about we shouldn't have played that Ohio State game then. No, you shouldn't have lost to 4-8 Florida.
Yes.
Yep.
Because if you have 2 losses and one of them's Ohio State, you're getting in.
Right. Correct, yeah. So if you beat Florida in that situation, yeah.
And then your losses to what?
Ohio State and
Georgia?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Texas has a huge following too, so yeah, they want to do everything to put you in. But yeah, with 3 losses, good luck.
We'll see how this goes. I think I know how it's going to go.
Well, I think your biggest problem, really, truly, is that you don't have divisions within the conferences.
There was nothing wrong with divisions.
There was nothing because you have Ole Miss, who's just sitting there at 1 loss. Just they're not doing anything.
Alabama.
Duke is playing Virginia in an ACC title game, and they're 7-5 because of the tiebreaker.
Yeah, which I don't even know what that is, but I mean, how can that be the tiebreaker?
Their tiebreaker was the opponents they played's record. And Duke had
better record, better
Duke's
win.
opponents had a better record than Miami's opponents.
It's funny though. Duke didn't play Georgia Tech, SMU, Miami, or Virginia. So how was their record bigger? That just tells you there's too many teams in these conferences. Let's just call it what it is. The Alabama fans are screaming, if we lose to Georgia, don't bump us out because we have 3 losses. Don't punish us because we lost in a championship game.
Or what you said, bump them all to 20 and split it 10-10. And then you play everybody in your side, and then you determine it in the championship.
I will say, and I did this last year too, there were some teams on the outside looking in that were kind of complaining. If you did 16, I don't think you have to worry as much about this. I really don't. Because if you look at the top 16, you got BYU, Miami, Utah, Vanderbilt, and Texas. They all get to make it. You know who 17 was in last week's? Michigan.
Are there any buys in this scenario?
No buys.
No, not in a
That
16
could
team.
really get intriguing because you might have teams losing on purpose for seeding purposes.
How so? Why would that make? So wait, why would you lose?
Why
on
would you
purpose?
want to
Plus, you don't know.
Lower
as the
seed.
1 seed, do you really want to play Texas in your scenario?
So,
Or would you rather play like a Vandy or a BYU? I'm just saying. That gets fun. To me, that gets fun because I think you see teams like, we're going to try to run the ball all game.
Look what happened last year. And one of Notre Dame's arguments is, look at Miami didn't even win their conference. You know who else didn't win their conference last year? Ohio State. They haven't figured this thing out yet.
Yeah, these conference championship games don't mean anything.
No.
But they're not going to go away from them because they make money.
They don't help the sport. Let's just say that. They help make money for the sport.
Yeah,
They don't mean
right.
anything. Because
Yeah,
you
they
don't play a balanced schedule anyway.
Right.
Yeah, but if Indiana loses to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, do they drop like 4 or 5 spots?
2 or 3, maybe. I don't know. 6 or 7.
Do they drop it all? Because
8-9.
That's not real.
Yep, I saw it.
No, you didn't.
Yep, I saw it. Is that 6-7, 8-9?
Where did he
I
see
didn't go
this?
like, what?
Where did you see this?
it's a year trying to make it a thing.
Sure.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
Ciao.
All right.
I will
Well,
say
I'll
thanks
see-
and a
see if
shout
I
out
can
again to
help
the
you
UC
spread that.
Athletic Department, especially the football program, who gave us some tickets to that BYU game we all got to go.
Yeah.
And I will say I made the mistake of making my son wear a 6-7 jersey. Well, not making him. He wanted to.
You
6-7.
made it for him.
It was great,
so
though. Yeah, and it was a
You
huge
could have
mistake.
said no.
We got there for the catwalk, and the band sees him and starts doing the little 6-7 thing.
Oh no, he
All
was the coolest kid there.
all the students.
That wasn't a mistake at all.
Yeah,
He's going to
no.
remember that forever.
We were walking around, and the students, might have had a few too many. We were 6-7. He'd turn around and do that thing. It was great. That was a fun atmosphere. I will say, going back to the BYU UC game, they did that right.
The
UC,
Nip at Night rocks.
it's great. It is. It is good for UC. Good on UC for that. All right. So we're talking about how college football is just a mess, and I think some of these fan bases are to blame. So I want to play a little game. This is called the delusional
Here we go.
football
put it
delusional
up.
fan base playoff. Not the CFP, but the DFP. First aid. Delusional fan base playoff. There's a lot of them. I think, this is just me, and you can put up my rankings here as well. I have a top 12 that I came up with, and you guys can debate this, of
here we go.
delusional fan bases. And what delusional can mean a lot of things. I mean, I have Ohio State at 1, but keep in mind, they're the defending national champions. But I have them at 1 because anybody that starts the name of their team with the word "the" and tries to trademark "the" like they really mean that much is delusional to an extent. Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, we told you so.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Good point. Thank you, Ohio State fan. I have Notre Dame up there because they still think Nuke Rockne is there. And, they haven't won since '88. I know they came close last year. They've had a couple close calls, but they're not what they think they are. Texas A&M, for some reason, thinks that they're something. They haven't won anything. They just have a lot of money. We've talked about LSU a little bit. So basically looking at these, and if you have any you want to throw in there, I know you were surprised, Jason, I put Louisville in there. I put Louisville in there because they just seem to talk a lot for a
I
program
never
that
hear them.
I
don't
do.
know what you're talking about.
Well, you don't live in the
That's
ACC.
and also that's because we got
just
their
means
coach.
less.
Like UC got their coach, so people were like,
But they were like,
you
Louisville was
hear that a little
giggling
bit.
though when like swap coach. Okay, go ahead and take
how
them.
does their season go? Your number 5, Georgia. Like I would have put them higher pre-championships.
Yes, I would.
Now
too.
I think they've kind of, like we're good every year.
We know people, and we're thinking of one guy. I think a customer used to come in here all the time, named his youth teams the Bulldogs because he's a big Georgia fan, and he would always talk about how, if you don't win a national championship, it's a failure. Bowl games don't mean anything.
Well, that
this was before they won.
national championship.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they're not 1. They're 5.
I would put them even lower now.
Okay. All right.
Just because like they've won and you don't hear it. Like, okay, we're happy when we won a couple.
Basically, I put this up here because I think a lot of fan bases think their birthright every year is to win a national championship. It's really hard to do, all right? So I have these up there. I'm going to do a little game here now, Ryan. I want you to put up, I asked you earlier, who do you think is the most delusional fan base in college football?
I'll tell you what. So I had to look up the definition of delusional because
okay.
I have somebody on here who I would have just right off the bat would have picked. Right. There's one that stands out. But is it because they're delusional? So it's delusional, characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary.
Okay, thank you.
There's
for that.
delusional. So now you guys know. And so there's this guy on ESPN who, Paul Feinbaum, right? He just recently said he referred to Ohio State football fans as obnoxious, disgusting, despicable, sniveling, and supercilious.
I'm not
I don't disagree
Okay.
with that.
super
No, wait.
serious.
You can be silly.
What?
Supercilious.
Occasionally, you
Right.
can be silly.
So that brought me to, that was like, okay, well, that's kind of where I was at. Except he also said that he quoted UCF fans are the most delusional fans in college football. So I'm going with UCF.
He said that?
He said that.
Really? Okay, well, I guess if you claim yourself a national champion, then yeah, you're pretty
There we go. So
Yeah,
I'm going with
yeah.
UCF. They're not on the board, but
Yeah. Okay,
we
UCF,
go.
good one. I like that one. Picking on Notre Dame again.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They're a national brand. They get eyeballs, this and that, but it's like the Cowboys. They're the Cowboys, right? They
Yeah.
don't win enough to get the attention and the notoriety that they get. I actually don't
That's
mind
true.
the people that root for them. I mean, I've had good times in South Bend. They're great, but so they're not annoying, but they're just delusional. What say you?
You want to go on 3?
Yeah.
Oh, same time.
1, 2, 3.
Penn State.
Yeah. Oh, I had him up
You
there too.
can explain it.
That's just the one that stood out for me when I saw the list. Just because, like, I remember when Penn State came into the Big Ten, and like my dad and I kind of looked at each other like, oh, Ohio State and Michigan are going to have the work cut out for them, because I mean we figured Penn State was going to go to multiple Rose Bowls and everything, and it just hasn't happened. They had their heyday with Joe Paul, and they've had really, really good seasons, but they're still little brother to Ohio State, and sometimes they beat Michigan, at least they have in recent years. But to think that it's national championship or bust every year when you just can't beat the team in the conference, yeah, that's a little delusional.
So I would go this far with Penn State. Before the merger, it was Ohio State and Michigan, 1A, 1B for the Big Ten, and then it was Penn State. Mm-hmm. They just got knocked down 2 more, adding 2 teams, Oregon and USC. They just got bumped down. Mm-hmm. Like they're not even in the top 3 of Big Ten football anymore. So just why don't you guys go ahead and sit this one out until you make a playoff or something.
Indiana's really good now.
Yeah.
So you got, I mean, they might be 5th. I mean, Michigan State just hired Pat Fitzgerald. Remember that name?
Yeah,
I
but
like
Michigan
that.
State hasn't done anything in a long
No,
while.
but I'll tell you
Kirk
what.
Cousins days?
Hey, remember that trivia question though? More recently than that. Who's made the CFP in a Final Four? They have. I mean, it's almost like Washington. They get far and you forget about them a little bit. So that could be a sleeping giant.
Washington's in the.
Yeah, another one. Washington. Stupid conferences. Yeah,
I mean, they might not even be top 5 in the Big Ten anymore.
I will say, and I'm throwing my mother-in-law under the bus, but this came up, the Penn State thing. She's not watching. I can say whatever I want. She's talking about, I'm just so glad we got rid of James Franklin. I'm like, why? I thought he was a great coach. They had 10 wins every year. They were in the national semifinal a year ago. Well, he just can't win the big game. They were 4-21 against top 10 opponents or whatever ESPN game day stat she rattled off because she probably wrote it on a little notepad at home. But anyway, I'm like, basically she said he can't win the big game. And I told her the problem is the teams that they're playing in the big games are better than them.
Yeah.
And that's historically been the case. Penn State has had 2 blips where they've been better than everyone else, and you could argue 3. 1994, they were undefeated with Kajana Carter, and what's that guy? I'm looking for his jersey up on the wall. Kerry Collins was the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't get a chance to play for a championship. They might have had a 3rd. They've been great historically, but they're not Ohio State. They're not Michigan. Right now, they're not Oregon or even Indiana. Let's just pause, take a breath. Let's hope the guy they get is half the coach that James Franklin was. That guy's going to do great things at Virginia Tech, and not just because the ACC sucks, all right, which I know they're not as good. But I don't know. I would almost put up the ACC and the Big Ten top to bottom with each other. I mean, the Big Ten's top-heavy, but the bottom,
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Man. Anyway, so I thought that was a little
You
fun.
could argue that with
exercise.
the SEC too.
Yes, the SEC's not.
Because, I mean, some of these teams avoided playing each other that are highly ranked. They avoided playing each other.
Well, they don't avoid
So-
it. It's just there's 18 teams. You
Yeah.
can't play everybody.
Add 2 more. and
Which
it's-
is
kind of solves everything.
this is why the conference championship games don't mean anything, because you don't really get the 2 best teams in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
No.
Duke's in one.
Duke.
Yeah.
Poor Duke. If Duke wins, the ACC might be totally shut out of the playoff.
They'll put them in.
Yeah, I think
They'll
they will.
find a way to put them in.
Then, of course, everybody's making the Manny Diaz will get to the playoff before Mario Cristobal jokes in Miami. That would be kind of ironic, wouldn't it? We digress. Let's talk some NFL. Are you smarter than a second grader? So, we took last week off, but if you look at our results, there's a changing of the guard, Ryan. Somebody's not in first anymore. Eventually, we're going to see it. There it is.
Oh,
Yeah. The
Really?
cream usually rises to the top at some
Who's
point.
not-
You're not in first.
I can't see that far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm over 500. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a commanding 2-game lead now because I was perfect
Yeah,
with my
Eric
picks
was
last week.
perfect.
Yeah.
So.
Pressure's on, boys. We're running out of weeks here.
yep.
Yeah.
Skipped one last week, so I don't count in the.
Oh, right. So if I win, you're going to be, we skip 3 weeks, so it doesn't.
Yeah, it was going to be hot that week.
And that's why it doesn't mean anything, huh? Because it's just arbitrary guys who talk, don't know anything about football. Well, speaking of those guys, Ryan, we're going to pick a fun game. I think this is. This could be a good one. If the Lions hold up their end of the bargain, we got the Cowboys, right?
Cowboys at
Visiting
Lions.
Detroit, is that right? Yeah.
Yep, visiting Detroit. That's a Thursday night game.
That's cool. All right.
That
What
is
do you
cool.
got?
I'm going with Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am not. I am going with the Cowboys. I'm a believer. I think that this is what Jerry Jones wanted. He wanted to get rid of the distraction, and I think they're actually playing good ball.
There we go.
I'm going Cowboys as well. They're hot and they're scary right now. Like they're peaking at the right time.
You know, I saw a video. Somebody was interviewing an exorcist, and he said, "What's the strangest thing that you've ever heard a demon say during an exorcism?" And he said, it went dead silent for a while after he did the renounce you, whatever. And then the demon said, "I renounce the Dallas Cowboys."
So do you? Demon?
So what I'm saying, I'm not a demon. But what I'm saying is the Cowboys have been playing really well.
He's got water.
And the wheels are going to fall off. I'm not completely. I don't think they're going to keep it rolling that well. So I like the Lions at home.
Our friend the second grader likes the Lions, by the way, because they're still a good team. Freak out Detroit, you're fine.
So that trade with Micah Parsons, didn't they get a first rounder?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they're in pretty good shape with what they got down there.
Could be.
And then George Pickens.
Wow, that's what Pittsburgh wants to know.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Yeah. Who was that guy?
It's the guy they drafted.
Man.
It just didn't pan out there.
All right.
Next game, Colts at Jacksonville, right?
I'm going to go with Indiana Jones and the Colts. They also, Alec Pierce and Sauce Gardner. Here we go. Throw it out there.
You're going to go with him every week.
Every week.
Sauce is hurt.
He is hurt for just a few weeks, hopefully.
His presence will lift them over the top.
That's right.
I don't think I agree, do I? No, I picked Jacksonville.
You picked Jacksonville.
Yeah. Duval.
Yep.
You got
I'm going Colts. I think this is one of those games where Jonathan Taylor goes off.
Okay.
I hope so. Good
Right.
Lord.
So you don't need him this week.
Oh, who do I play?
This is the last week. You're good.
Clinchmas was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we got that to talk about. Well, anyway, I still don't like the Colts on the road. They didn't get it done against the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, and they're not going to get it done against the Jags this week.
They've hit a skid. They've kind of lost their momentum from earlier in the year. Second grader picked Jacksonville because they're fast. I didn't tell him that Travis Hunter's out. I mean, that's part of why they're fast.
Okay.
Yeah, poor guy. All right. NFC North showdown in our next game, Ryan. Bears at Packers.
Bears at Packers. Yeah, I'm going with Packers. I like cheese.
Bears are the 1 seed in the NFC, by the way.
That's weird.
All thanks to that lost opportunity when they played the Bengals here. I'm going with the Packers, too. I don't really believe it yet.
I'm going Packers, but my gut's telling me the Bears are because I go against them every week and they win every week. So it's gonna be the Bears, but I'm taking the Packers.
Oh, well, I picked the Packers too. I really don't remember why, but yeah, I think now that we got G's across the board there, that means they're gonna lose.
Do you want to know why they're going to win?
Why?
Because they'll pack up the football and leave. Get it, Packers?
Ooh,
There
okay.
you go.
Or maybe they're gonna pack the stadium.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're trying
they
to
could
think
do
like
that
the second
too.
grader?
Yeah, trying.
Good,
I'm
good.
Really trying. Here.
So you have the Bears who were hot on the other side of the coin. Philadelphia is in full meltdown mode. They lost again last week on Black Friday to those Bears.
At the
Eagles at the
Chargers.
Chargers. Interesting one.
This
What
is
do
a
you got?
Monday night prime time. I'm going with the Chargers. Superchargers.
Superchargers.
If I could hit play on that Superchargers.
We should
theme
get that
song.
telethon going again. Somebody needs to pay for like an on-site engineer that like hit buttons and play this
Be
stuff.
so good.
Yeah,
The
that would be
San Diego
like a
Superchargers.
soundboard.
Yeah, for like Miami and Raiders.
that'd be fun.
Awesome.
Old school
there.
NFL fight songs. We'll talk more about those in the future podcast. I have the Eagles. They are too good. I know they're not where they want to be. They're too good to keep losing like this. Go Philly.
I'm going Chargers, but I think I'm with you. Like Philly, 1 week they have the running game, 1 week they got the passing game. At some point, it's all going to come together. But I think the Bears exposed the tush push. So they have and it happened the week before, but they blew the whistle dead. So they're blitzing a guy late when Jalen Hurts picks a side where he's going and he's got the ball out and they're stripping it. It's happened 2 weeks in a row.
I would like somebody to stop it. I think we're all over it outside of Philly.
If the Chargers watched any of that film, I think they can do it.
Okay.
I went with the Eagles. I just don't like the Chargers enough. I mean, they're solid, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair to say. I know. Nobody really likes him that much, not even anybody in L.A.
Yeah, that's true.
Second grader goes Eagles, too. What were we going to say?
Madison, just get your guy right so he can win.
I still don't know who that is. Do you know who that
I
is?
don't know who she is either, but
Okay.
just get your guy right so he can go.
She's a nice-looking
Herbert.
lady.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Herbert's lady.
Yeah, Herbert's lady. Steelers at Ravens.
at
This one
Ravens.
matters to the Bengals, maybe. What do you got?
I'm going with Ravens. I don't think they're going to lose to the Steelers. I just, after losing to the Bengals, I think they're going to get together.
Yeah, I don't see Lamar laying another egg quite like that, and I don't think he has to do much to beat Pittsburgh. So give me Baltimore.
Could this be the first year that Tomlin has a losing record?
I think he's on the way out.
I think this is the first year Tomlin has a losing record, and it's got to start here.
You know, it would be a home run that I'm glad is not going to happen in a way. Tomlin leaving now. Just saying, I think it's time. I think let's just wash our hands of this. Going across the turnpike to State College. I think he would crush it there. But they're not that smart, so they won't do it.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
Anyway, what do you got?
Well,
No, you said.
I think the Ravens are going to win, but my selection on the screen here is the Metal Fabricators because I don't want to jinx it by having, Ravens all the way across the board.
Okay.
Well,
So,
the Metal Fabricators, by the way, is who the second grader picks. So
Okay.
You could have just let him do it.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not. It's got to be official and up on the board. So,
That's on the board.
because I'm definitely pulling for Baltimore to win this one, to give Pittsburgh a loss because Baltimore's schedule's really tough down the stretch, and I think they're not going to win the division.
Yeah.
So let's go Bengals. Joe's back. Everybody believes. Let's run the table and win the division.
Not everybody.
The team believes.
Okay.
The locker room
I hate
believes
to tell you
again.
this, but that win was just a second summer and winter.
Oh, here it is.
An Indian summer, you mean?
Yep, Indian summer.
The warming.
Yep.
Right over my head.
Yep. It's those 2 days in December that are real nice, and then it snows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we had snow today. Who's got a grievance? Who's got something they want to get off their chest?
What were we going to talk about? Stranger Things?
That's my grievance. I'll get to
okay.
it.
Sorry. That's a grievance?
Sure
Oh,
is. I'll
my
explain.
Do we have a trivia question?
Oh, should we do that first? We
Yeah.
should. We
That's
talked
usually
about.
what we do.
Thank you, Patrick. We talked about college basketball rivalries, and we mentioned, how UC stacks up with some of the other ones. UC Xavier, I should give equal time. I still think of Duke Carolina as the top one. Since 1948, 1949, I can't even tell you how many games they've played. But do you guys want to guess the point spread between, like, all time? If you gather all the points up of all those games,
Well,
starting
since
in
you're leading this
1948.
way, it's probably like 8.
Okay, 8?
Yeah, it can't be very much.
Can't be very much.
Is this
Yeah.
Price is Right rules?
Without going over.
Well,
no,
then
you
I'm
don't-
not going first.
No,
Yeah,
it's
$1.
less about getting it right, and it's just about bringing up this fact.
Right,
that I think is
right.
fascinating.
So, it's
I think it's 3.
got
I
to.
saw this.
You think it's 3? I'll say 12.
Okay, what do you got?
30.
Okay, well, you were way off, Ryan. I was trying to beat
man.
ya.
Oh.
So if you put it up here, since then, Duke scored 14,682. Carolina, 14,678. 4 points. That's it.
Wow.
All those
Wow.
games, 4-point differential. And I think of
Wow.
this because every time you watch one of those games, at some point, ESPN will always put up this graphic. They are now tied in all-time points scoring against
The
each other.
aggregate is a tie.
I mean, Carolina's been to 21 Final Fours, Duke 17. 51 ACC championships for Carolina, 42 for Duke. 6 national championships, Carolina, 5 for Duke. That's insane, though. All that history, all those guys that played for those two programs, and they're separated by 4 points.
That's
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
Pretty fun, right?
That is fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
All right, now let's complain.
Okay.
Anybody?
I'll start off.
Thank you.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when UC played? We haven't been able to talk about it on the show, but they played Louisville on a neutral court at the Heritage Bank Center. You remember what they called that? It's called the Hoops Classic,
Hoops Classic was.
which was a really dumb name to begin with. And the term classic is just thrown around way too often. Like, I feel like the Hoops Classic is, it's like, oh, it's been going on for 35 years.
Like the Maui
classic.
Invitational.
Well,
That's kind of more classical.
that is more classic. Yeah, you could call that, if you wanted to rebrand that as the Maui Classic, that sounds much more appropriate than just coming up with some generic term and putting classic at the end of it as if it's something that people look forward to every year, even though nobody's really heard of the Hoops Classic.
Yeah, it wasn't very classic, was it, that game?
No.
For either team. It was half empty, I feel like. You had St. X playing Elder down the street.
That got more attention for sure.
I mean, I heard rumors that Pat Kelsey, the coach for Louisville, wanted to duck out early, or like right after the game to go over and watch Elder because he's an Elder fan. Yeah. That just tells you how non-classical that was. Yeah. Jason, anything on your mind?
Not necessarily a grievance, but if you're decorating for the holiday season, get yourself some bubble lights. They're fantastic.
So more of a plug than
it's a plug for the Bubble Light brand.
Or it's a grievance against standard lighting.
No, bubble lights are, they're fantastic.
All right. No, I think we're
Pretty cool.
good. Yeah.
Okay, you're good. I'm not good and I'm not picking on Stranger Things. I haven't seen it, but there's people, and I'm thinking of it. An example in my life where I'm going on a vacation and I'm meeting up with some family members on New Year's Eve, but they want to get out early from our meeting to get my son and her daughters together. My sister-in-law. Let's just throw her under the bus. Since I already threw my in-laws under the bus. We're like, well, we're gonna get I'm gonna get you home. Well, what for the ball drop? No, Stranger Things is on.
Yeah.
On New Year's Eve, we got to get home and watch that.
You can watch
wait,
it the next morning.
You can stream it exactly, and then she's like, no, there'll be spoilers.
Don't look at the social media.
That right there. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it
yet,
either. And none of it's been spoiled for me. So I can tell you that it is possible to avoid it.
Yeah.
I don't want to bust your bubble, but people die.
Oh.
What?
People die in that show.
On that somber note,
Thanks for ruining it.
Yeah.
So no point watching it.
I guess I'll just watch the ball drop then, like everyone else.
I don't know. People wrap themselves around stuff like that. I watched it instead of watching the Bengals game because I didn't want to watch the Bengals. I want to watch. But I'm not going to, leave somewhere early on New Year's Eve and say, peace, and go watch Stranger Things. I'm going to have fun with family and friends.
Well, I did that when Cobra Kai came out.
What, you
No, I didn't. I just remember watching a lot of that when it came out on New Year's Day, however many years ago.
You could blame Netflix too. Why on New Year's? Didn't it do?
They're releasing them on Christmas.
That's dumb. Why are they doing that?
They released the ones on Thanksgiving or the day before, whatever, and then they're releasing 3 on Christmas and 1 on New Year's Eve.
Is that why you want to come in late the next day?
What?
Because Stranger Things?
No, because I want to sleep in.
You want to binge watch?
I do have a grievance. Those shops that open up the day after Christmas way too early. Koch Sporting Goods.
There's a stray, huh? All right, we'll talk about that after the mics are off. Meantime, we'll see what happens this weekend in college football championships Saturday. Go Duke! I guess. I don't know.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Yep, and we'll talk crosstown shootout post-mortem, and we'll bury one of the programs for the rest of the year. And we'll talk up the other one. How about that?
Sure.
That'll work.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you guys next time.